Hello there, lads and ladies. Welcome back finally to another tattoo story time. And today we are doing the penultimate hand tattoo. It is the Switchblade comb. As you can see, I've had my friend Brian, bless him. He's a fantastic tattoo artist. If you haven't gone to see him yet in Angelic Hell, please go and give him a visit. He's a very fantastic artist. I've got myself basically a little mustache on there. What I wanted to do was get like the Van Dyke beard going, you know, like with a little bit of the soul patch and what I've got going on here at the moment, because the Van Dyke is my beard shape basically. And thankfully I'm not as like well covered as like certain people, because I kind of like the non-covered look really. As you can see, I've got a little bit of hairs scattered about throughout my face really, so I need to fix that. Basically I need to clean that up really. It's kind of like with Johnny Depp really, because with Johnny Depp he pulls off the scraggly look quite well with the beard, basically how he doesn't mind the patches, like how I've got these patches here. Normally if you had like a full side beard going up to here it would be fine, but if you have these patches it kind of makes it look really unconnected. Which is good if you have like a mustache, you can like lengthen it to try and connect it to these parts basically. But I'm not really too bothered about that, I'm just glad I've got something on my face really. Now the reason why I wanted to get a switchblade was because of me in my youth basically, when I really got into sports, rugby and so on and so forth. I really wanted to become a man as fast as I could really, without really realising that, you know, these things take time really and stuff like that. Actually, I'll be right back in a minute. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to play this and forget the things. I'm going to go and grab my combs for you to have a look at. Basically one of them is something I used to have when I was a kid, and then I ended up losing it in a move basically. So, I'll be back. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back. Oh. And I'm back. My apologies, I'm so sorry about that. Normally I make sure I've got everything before recording, but you wanted to know what I wanted to get on my hand for my first comb. It was this. A switchblade comb. Very good for your hair, good for the beard. It's a bit rough because it's obviously stainless steel basically, so it's going to tug a little bit, so you have to be like very gentle with it half the time. But it's good. It's good on the move and all that stuff. Anyway, this was my first comb. It's not my actual first comb, but it's something similar to it basically. And I have another one of these. I forgot to grab it again, my apologies. I'll probably show you another time. It's like, it's similar to this. It's stainless steel. It's a fold comb. Like, it folds outwards, but it like stops at a curve basically. So it looks like a karambit knife in a certain sense. That's good to have like on a keychain and stuff like that. My ball bristle brush. This isn't the one with my name on the back of it. Not my name, my quote. This is just my spare one. I actually got my nephew one with his name on the back of his actually. I'm glad he still uses it. This is good, just mainly to flatten the hairs out on your chin and face and stuff like that. Shouldn't overcomb and stuff like that, but when I finally got back into my whole mustache and beard phase basically, I got this one. This is my third comb that I've ever gotten. This is my second. So I had the switchblade, this is an ox comb, ox bone comb, and this is a wooden comb, flipped comb basically. Comes up just like that. Very good, very useful on the go. Does your hair as well. It's good. So the reason why I wanted to get the switchblade comb was because it reminded me so much of my youth, basically, when I finally wanted to become a man, when I wanted to make myself look nice, you know, spruce myself up. You've seen me without a beard. It depends on the person, really. To me, I can look at myself in the mirror, like with my beard and mustache, and think to myself that I actually look kind of handsome. You know, I'm normally not the type that would be like, you know, oh, he's good looking, like Narcissus and all that stuff. You know, the guy who looks in the mirror all the time. No, nothing like that. This is more about appreciating, you know, the things you have and accentuating them, basically. You know, because my face is quite V-shaped, so I've got to let my chin grow out, so it kind of like fills in that gap, basically. Yeah, it doesn't like meet all the way down the middle unless if I like trim the sides up a bit and all that, and obviously it looks a bit scruffy because I haven't shaved in a bit. Naughty of me, I know. And the soul patch is starting to grow back, so I might actually get rid of that at one point because the sides don't look very good. I mean, it looks alright when it's short, but when it's longer, it's a bit there. You know, it definitely looks better now than it did a couple of months back when I was trying to, like, go full Gandalf and try to grow my entire beard out, because unfortunately it was just not doing it. I found that with beards is that the beard you have is unique to you. Not everyone can just poof out like a Gandalf beard, or, you know, like a perfect Van Dyke, like Johnny Depp style, or, you know, anything like George Clooney, like, because George Clooney has some fantastic looking beards when he can grow, when he lets it grow out, basically. I don't think I've ever seen Pierce Brosnan with a beard. Like, there are so many famous people with fantastic looking beards, and I think Idris Elba, I think, is probably one of the only actors that I really like the salt and pepper look on him, basically, because he keeps it short on the sides, and he has a little bit of a chin hair and a very thin mustache, basically. I have to grow mine out exponentially long, which is lucky for me because my mustache hair is quite thick, as is my chin. My sides and my neck grow very slowly. I know I need to trim the neck up, it's really bad. I'm just itching looking at myself, basically. But yeah, with Idris Elba's, he keeps his thin because it matches his face shape, basically. And for the longest time when I was a kid, I never realised that, you know, there were like health products for men when it came to beards and stuff like that. I mean, I heard that people would like put oils and stuff on it, but I never knew it was like specifically for it. Like when I was a kid, we always saw like girls bringing lipstick and makeup and all that stuff, and we just thought, oh well, you know, those oils and all that stuff is just bad for our skin. Like, why would we do that? Completely the opposite, really. When I finally tried some beard oil, like, if you have a beard, you understand where I'm coming from. Like, if you don't wash thoroughly in your beard, like after a day or two or something like that, you start to itch. You will itch. So the beard oil is there to really keep the skin underneath the hairs nourished, and it keeps it very good when it comes to blood pressure and stuff like that. Like, there are some brushes, like, you should never overbrush. Just even on the hairs that you don't have, basically, or the hairs that are growing in, you should normally just go with the hair, just slowly with the hair, so it creates, it stimulates the blood in your cheeks, and it helps the growth of those hairs on the sides there. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work for me because my cheeks do not grow as fast, and there are a couple of odd patches, if you can see. You see there's this one little patch here, there's obviously the big patches there, there are some patches here and there, and unfortunately mine is not lined up properly. I always have to like cut it down if I want to line it up, but the problem is I just cut it off no matter what, really, because there's not enough hair there, unfortunately. So the Van Dyke is my specialised beard. I've come to realise that, you know, after trying to grow a walrus, it looked like a very good beard. It's a very beautiful, majestic looking beard, but unfortunately it wasn't something that I could handle. I still need to trim this moustache up a little bit because it's getting a little bit long in the front. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about that. The beard that the mustache that I have, basically, I have to have it thick in the mustache because if you can see in the centre, it doesn't grow in the centre there, basically. So I have to have like the sides very thickened out, so then I can just keep them together. So it kind of covers it up and makes it look like a more presentable mustache, compared to some that have the like perfect like straight down and straight across mustache and all that. It takes work to have a beard, you know, this healthy and good looking basically. Well, I don't know if it's good looking. I mean, obviously, beauty's in the eye of the beholder and all that, but I think I look pretty damn good with this beard. So I'm happy about that. Yeah, it all started when I first played rugby. There was this French chap who was on our team. He came over for like to learn in our school, basically, to learn some English and to learn about our culture and all that. And he just like in France, they're very good at rugby. They are beasts at rugby, basically. They're just unfortunately their own worst enemies at most times, really. That's just always the case. Because I remember winding him up one time because I was so jealous of his beard. Like, he had the most... He was... Bear in mind, he was like 15, 16. He had the most monstrous beard. We were in, like, secondary school as well. He had, like, the monstrous looking beard at such a young age. And I was thinking to myself, where the hell... How much testosterone do you have in your body to have a beard that big? Because it would, like... He had a very small baby-looking face as well. And his beard... Like, his face would normally be like this, but the beard would make his face like that. That's how thick it was, basically. It looked like Kratos from God of War, that type of beard. Not like early Kratos, I mean like recent, like him fighting like Norse gods, like Kratos, God of War, basically. How that beard is thickish, you know. I was very jealous of that beard. That was such a good looking beard, and that's what made me want to get into getting a beard, basically. I used to wind him up on the field an awful lot because he used to get pissed off and like he used to hear like people like slagging him off and all that on the field, you know, because there's always like moments on the rugby pitch like when it gets heated and there are handbags thrown out. That's what they call it, throwing out the handbags and all that. Anyway, I'd get him in trouble sometimes. I'd like turn towards him and then say, hey, Justo, Maurice just called you a freaking bitch. And then he'd turn around like, what the fuck did you just say? Like in this French accent, like, oh, what the fuck did you just say, motherfucker? And then just like runs over to them and tackles them to the floor. And then Maurice is like looking at me like, the fuck? And I'm like, sorry. I was a little shit on the field, basically. Because I wasn't the tallest, I had to use my brain and intellect to try and like wind up the other competitors so that they could get a little yellow and get them sent off for a little bit, you know. They always say like, oh, you gotta stop doing that, mate. You're pissing us off. And I'm like, what? I'm just giving you a 10-minute break. You need it, man. You know, your cardio's not as good as what it used to be, you know. But yeah, with him, it was just mainly the beard. If I was jealous of anything, it was his beard. So yeah. Good sir, if you're listening to this, I'm still jealous of your goddamn beard. Give me your beard. Give me it now. But no, I'm good with my beard as it is, really. I would like the cheeks to grow in. Get that nice looking Kratos, like, god-destroying beard, you know, that thick old beard of all things. When people ask me, like, you know, oh, what's your favourite body type and all that, you know, like, and then they hear the word say, like, oh, thick. They're like, ah, you mean like thighs and bottom? I went, no, beard. So, I didn't know you swung that way. I don't. Well, why are you talking about that? Because it's a beard. It is legendary. It is a legendary facial feature that all men must possess. Well, you don't have to possess it, but still, it's the most sought after thing in our masculine age of beards. Which is funny, really, because when I was younger, we rarely heard of beard oil. Actually, the only place where I could go to get beard oil was this second-hand dealer down New England Road. There was like this little marketplace, and this chap would always be like, 10% deal, 10% deal on all your beard oils and all your beard combs, 10% deal, 10% deal. Like, it reminded me of that Indian chap from... where was he from? I think he was in London at the time when it was being filmed. And you've probably seen the video where he's like, gamma ladies, 1 pound fish, gamma ladies, 1 pound fish, 1 pound fish, come and have a look, 1 pound fish, come and have a look, 1 pound fish, very, very cheap, 1 pound fish, very, very pricey, 1 pound fish. And I'm thinking to myself, yes, this is the man I go to get my beard oil. It used to be like really crappy beard oil as well, because it's like that fake, like really over the top greasy type of stuff. I mean, obviously when I'm young, I don't know how much I'm putting in. I'm thinking to myself, I just gotta splodge it on and I'm just gonna get like this god tier beard. No, it's like, depending on the beard size, if you've got the full Kratos beard, maybe about 6 or 5 drops. You want it well over your hand so you can get right into the skin. It's not the hairs you're massaging it into, it's your skin. You want to get it into your skin, basically. I use 4 drops because my chin and my mustache are exceptionally thick. Like, if you can see, it goes in quite deeply, like even down to my neck, basically. Like, it's about halfway up my finger, basically, so it's quite thickish. So I have to, like, make sure I can get it nice in there, basically. I also do the cheeks and the neck in case, like, one day they just sprout out. That would be legendary if my face would sprout out. It's a shame, really, because with some people, they try to do certain things, like use biotin or minoxidil. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's minoxidil or something like that. But honestly, with those types of things, you're better off just doing it naturally. Like with weightlifting, basically, you don't use like steroids or anything like that. You just try to use natural things like protein, easily exercising and resting on appropriate days, switching them out from like weights from upper body to legs and so on and so forth, and work on calisthenics as well. Calisthenics will help your cardio an awful lot. A healthy body and a healthy mind will always bring out a healthy looking beard. For me, this is the extent that my beard can go to at the current age I am now. But as I get older and a little bit grayer, hopefully I will get a little bit more of a salt and pepper, or maybe just go straight grey. I think I'm going to go grey because if I was jet black, I would go white. I think that's the way it goes. And if you're red, you go particularly salt and pepperish, basically. Or is it... I think it's actually brunettes that go like greyish or something like that. So I think with mine, my red beard will go a little bit white and grey. Either way, I'm looking forward to it, really. Normally, an awful lot of people would be like, oh, well, why do you want like a salt and pepper? Because I see these things like out at the shops where you can like colour in your black and grey beard. I mean, yes, it makes you look younger, but at the end of the day, some people really like the old salt and pepper look on people, and I think I would look pretty good like that if I had the salt and pepper look, really. Like, it's different with certain women. Obviously, some women prefer men without beards, some people prefer them with beards, and some quite like the salt and pepper look because they think, a more, mature looking gentleman, he looks like he's got his shit together and stuff like that. Or he looks, quite debonair, or like a silver fox in a certain sense. Some people like that, all those little cradle snatchers are going to be rubbing their hands together, basically, when they hear that stuff. But don't worry, they're all gold diggers after you, so don't do that, The interesting thing with this beard, though, is that it's quite pliable. It's very pliable, actually. The only annoying thing with it is this soul patch, because I feel like if it was a little bit thicker and it connected, see, because it doesn't connect to the bottom here, it would look better if it connected, basically. It's just a shame, really. But you work with what you have, really, and I've worked very well with my beard. I think I take care of my beard more than I take care of my hair. As you can see, I did it myself. I shaved it myself, and look, it's coming back just like a goddamn garden. Soon I'll be having roses spouting out of my ears and all that. I do need to trim the sides, actually. They're getting a bit too long, really. But yeah. I wanted to come on and talk about this tattoo. I wanted to get it done because not only can I have it here, it actually looks like I'm combing my beard. If it looks like if I'm here, I'm talking to someone, it looks like I'm actually combing my beard with this comb, so I quite like that it's there on the hand, basically. I think I like it. It looks like it's a very good design. Although this bit down here was the most painful, I think. Like having to go in between that little gap there. That was worse than I think getting my palm done. Because with the palm, he just like stuck it in. But with this, he had to like really use the gun to get in there, unfortunately. And it's a little bit faded at the bottom there. So I might have to get that sorted out at one point. But with that, lads and ladies, yeah, that is another tattoo story time. I mostly just chatted about, you know, what it was like for me to get my beard the first time, you know, certain products that I used and all that. I might probably do a little review on the beard oils I have used up to now, because there are some that are good, but then there are some that are better scented, but then some of the scented ones don't work effectively as some others, basically. And I might even do the same with like conditioners and stuff like that, because using shampoo and conditioner for your beard is completely different than using shampoo for your hair. It's different hairs on your head compared to your face. Your face has rougher hairs, they're more sparse, they're always lapping and tangling with one another. So it's that fine balance of brushing, washing, and making sure that the oil is right in there, basically, compared to the hair, where it's just a quick wash and you're done, basically. That was always the thing with me, because when I let my hair grow out when I was younger, it looked freaking horrible. Like, it looked like James May. But James May now, as he's older, it looks better, you know, because it kind of looks like a poodle when he, like, does his hair, right, you know. He kind of looks like a, what do you call it, a Timothée model. If you ever seen those shampoo adverts, you know, Timothée, 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 and all that. I guess you don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Timothée is like a shampoo ad or something that's been heard all around the world and all that. Or Tresemme. Tresemme is well known for stuff like that, for their shampoos. I think I actually used to use Tresemme for my beard an awful lot. And then I wondered why it kept itching. You know, that's why. Because it wasn't really cleaning it properly. You know, it wasn't like softening the hairs in any way, shape or form. Anyway, with that, lads and ladies, I thank you ever so much for watching another one of my tattoo story times. If you've watched this far, you will notice that tomorrow is the 7th of June, and it is the drop of the new chapter of DVD with the Dredge and Hadi. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the killer, get his adept, and then play Hadi, get her adept. I'll put that on the channel. I will probably throw in a couple of other little gameplays of Blight and maybe some Survivor gameplay here and there, because I kind of want to like add a little bit more content into DVD. It's been so long since I've like played it, so I want to bring as much content back with you guys. And I will probably not be playing certain killers that I'm usually not comfortable with. I might do one or two. Like, I had a very good game with the twins, honestly, just a couple of hours ago, so I might probably upload that for you to see, because it was very interesting, because I think I've only played the twins to get their Adept trophy, so that was quite interesting to play, really. But yeah, I'm not denying that the twins aren't, like, usable characters. It's just, you know, they weren't my forte, really, in a certain sense. Someone in the comments is going to be like, oh, well, they're French, you know, you're not going to use that. No, no. That's a very good reason not to use them, but no, it's not because they're French. It's because of certain, you know, issues when it comes to movement with them, unless you know how to use the twins, basically. They have a high skill cap for you to get to, basically. Kind of like Blight is at this moment. Like, if you've played Blight and you've played Nurse, you know how to play them, you know how they work, so it's fine. It's the same with twins, basically. So, with that, lads and ladies, I will see you all tomorrow for another DVD episode, and I thank you ever so much for watching this little tattoo story time. So, take care, my friends. I will see you all in the next episode. God damn, I look goddamn sexy with this beard. Alright, take care, lads and ladies. I'll see you all later.